Welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. So where we last left off, we arrived here in Rokujima, and with all these odd family banter here and there, we were about to go. They are up almost at the guest house. We met like a couple servants, which is Golda and Kanon, and I stopped around here when the wheelbarrow fell, and I thought it would be like, hey, maybe it's a good cliffhanger, considering we were like over 50 minutes in. So, let's continue. Just then, the wheelbarrow suddenly wobbled and fell, scattering the load. I guess the wheelbarrow's single wheel got caught on a pebble and lost its balance.
何をしてるんですか。ささ、早く片付けて。
Golda-san urged him to hurry in a quiet voice, as though hinting that it was shameful for a servant to appear clumsy in front of guests. I can see that. Kanon could wordlessly reloaded the wheelbarrow with the fallen objects, as if to say that he understood quite well without being told. He seemed to be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked like he was having trouble getting his arms around and lifting up some sacks of fertilizer.
大丈夫かよ。そそっかしいな。ほら。
お嬢様、お召し物が汚れます。
Dirty your garment. Considering her garments look like a school uniform of sort, who cares?
ここはお任せください。
Who cares? With a smooth motion, Golda-san took the shovel that Jessica had picked up. Behind him, Kanon-kun was having trouble with the sacks of fertilizer. Why are you being curious this time?
お召し物が汚れる？
安心しろよ。俺が着てるのはそんなお上品なものじゃねえぜ。
I mean, you're wearing some sort of suit, so why is it? I have no words.
それによ。俺はレストランで落ちたフォークをウェイトレスに拾わせるってやつが大嫌いなんだ。
I lifted up the other bags that had fallen. Of course, they weren't light, but for me, it was a piece of cake. Kanon-kun looked at me, surprised. It was the face of someone who never would have expected to receive help from a guest.
バトラ様。結構です。僕がすべてやりますので。
You know, even the voice for Kanon sounded familiar too.
気にすんな。こう見えても鍛え方が違うぜ。
Since Kanon-kun looked like he hadn't yet gone through his growth spurt, he was stuck with a sort of weak body. This kind of weight might have been too much for him.
結構重いね。カノン君が苦労するのも無理はないよ。カノン君、気にしないで。
これぞ俺の見せ場さ。これでさっきの船の分はチャラだよな。
この程度のことじゃ、さっきの大騒ぎが帳消しになるもんかよ。カノン君にも後で教えてやるよ。バトラったら面白いんだぜ。
Yeah, he was sure a goofball. Like, oh boy. As they did this, I piled all the stuff back into the wheelbarrow.
お見苦しいところをお見せして申し訳ございませんでした。
ささもう結構ですよ。行ってください。
Letting the guests, who were supposed to feel welcome, see such a disgraceful thing must have been hideously embarrassing for a servant. Pressed by Goda to hurry up and go, Kanonkan left.
ゴーダさんもいじめすぎよ。意地悪言わないで、あなたも手伝えばよかったんじゃない？
I mean, Goda seems to take his servant thing pretty seriously, so it's not surprising, really.
これは至りませんで。誠に申し訳ございませんでした。
Without even a twitch in his smile, Goda-san apologized elegantly.
カノン君もええところはぎょうさんあるんやで。ただ若いんかの。いろいろと損をしとる。もったいないわ。
気難しい年頃さ。そっとしといてやれよ。使用人は寡黙なくらいがちょうどいいさ。
You think so? I think it's... You can't just be sociably awkward with that kind of routine.
あ、熊沢さん。
ルドルフ様は手厳しゅうございますこと。私ほど使用人で寡黙なものはおりませんとも。
Everyone smiled wryly at that obvious lie. Even she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. So she must have said it to lighten the mood. Yeah, that's the kind of character Kumasawa Bachan used to be. The once stiff atmosphere had cleared up at once thanks to her cheerful smile.
そろそろ荷物を置きたいわね。ゴダさん、部屋割りはどうなってるのかしら。
昨年と同じになっております。さあ、ご案内いたします。どうぞこちらへ。
We headed towards a trim, elegantly simple guest house. This was going to be our temporary quarters for the night. Oh, goody. No words. Kanon watched over a hedge as the guests all entered the guest house. Then he let his eyes fall on those heavy sacks of fertilizer piled up in the wheelbarrow. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistake. Battler, big and strong, had picked up the sacks in front of him. The sacks Kanon couldn't lift himself as if they were feathers. It would be extremely difficult for an outside observer to guess what emotions that favor had stirred up in Kanon. But as far as you could tell by watching him bang his head, there was something that he just couldn't let go of. Muttered words escaped his lips, but those words he murmured were so soft that they didn't reach even his own ears.
僕だって。
Kanon hung his head, slightly biting his lower lip. I wonder what kind of issues he's been through.
バラの庭園は記憶にあったんだけどよ。
Oh, we're inside the guest house.
このゲストハウスっつうのは記憶にねえな。これ建てたのは最近か
Torian, or whatever you call it, visitors retreat, was written on a gatepost like thing, but since everyone called it the guest house, I followed their lead. The brand new Western style guest house, which stood overlooking the roses, had a magnificent design carefully done in harmony with the garden.
正解だよ。
Oh, it was built recently, huh?
建ったのはつい一昨年さ。
Wow.
それ以降は僕たちはこっちに泊めさせてもらってるんだよ。
年季の入ったボロ屋敷よりこっちの方が好評みてえだしな。
Junky old mansion. Is this another word for calling it a shithole?
私も自分の部屋をこっちに持ちたいぜ。
マリアも持ちたい。
Wow, even Maria agrees with her.
持ちたい。
Look, I'm pretty sure every mansion I see in TV shows and movies, it always goes wrong. So I always call it a shithole. I guess you could say my own house was upper class, but to me it felt completely ordinary compared to the head family. The display of wealth was shocking, as was the fact that they built this kind of awesome guest house for guests who came over only a few times a year.
エヴァ様、秀吉様、こちらのお部屋をお使いくださいませ。ルドルフ様、キリエ様はこちらのお部屋をお使いくださいませ。
やっぱりここは綺麗で上品でいいわね。洋風って本当に素敵だわ。
ほんの2、3日なら洋風もええやろが、ずっといて落ち着くのは断固和風やで。日本人は畳の上が一番くつろげるんや。
新しい家を和風にするか洋風にするかで喧嘩してね。お父さんが和風で着工させたのを母さんまだ根に持ってよく言い合いをするんだよ。
ジョージ兄さんのところは両親仲が良くて羨ましいぜ。うちなんか冷めきったもんさ。
Frosty, I'm very curious.
そのくせ私の成績の話だけは連帯しやがる。
All the rooms seemed to be for two people. I was grateful since I wasn't going to be forced to share the same room with the old bastard, under the pretext that we were family. And anyway, I figured those two wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around. Hehehe.
何気持ち悪い顔で笑ってんのよ。どうせ下世話なこと考えてるんでしょう。
下世話なんてとんでもない。
I'm assuming Badler wants to tease Jessica even though those two are cousins.
どうぞごゆっくりお過ごしくださいませ。あいててててて。言えたよクソ親父。
Or is that he loves to shit talk his dad? For maybe there's like a reason behind this. Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind.
バカなこと言ってんじゃねえ。俺は胃がキリキリ痛み始めてて、とてもそんな元気は湧かねえぜ。
Well, that is sudden.
今回はお前が主賓だろうが、せいぜい親父や兄貴たちに可愛がられるよ。親父の前では言葉遣いにだけ気をつけろ。あの人、本当にシャレが通じねえからな。ジェシカちゃん、我らが当主様のご機嫌は最近どうなんだ？
去年から相変わらずかな。 余命3ヶ月余命3ヶ月って割には相変わらずピンピンカリカリイライラしてるって話です。
Irritable, bitter old man, it seems, but lively.
今年も相変わらず不機嫌ってわけね。お守りができるのはやっぱり源氏さんだけなの？
親方様も源氏さんにだけは心を許しておいでのようです。私たち下々では近頃はお目通りすらなかなか叶わず。
また書山に閉じこもって怪しげな黒魔術三昧じゃねえのかな。
Black magic? Oh, whoa, shit. I didn't know Kinzo is into this as well.
何をやろうとてめえの趣味だから構わねえけど、匂いが立ち込める系は勘弁してほしいもんだぜ。ついでにそのまま書斎から永久に出てくんなってんだ。
I don't know why you make that laugh with that sort of face, but sure.
年長の人にそんな言い方をするもんじゃないよ。後宮家を復興させてくれた大恩人なんだから、もっと感謝しないと。
Yeah, but I'm the one doing the commentary. I'll badmouth whatever the fuck I want.
まあ、ごめん。
After being After being rebuffed by George Aniki, Jessica had no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. The Ushiro-miya family was wealthy beyond belief, but of course that meant all its members were a bit strange. Well, you don't say! And completely out of touch with the world at large. It's this fucking family, I swear to Christ. And at the top of the chain, the family head, our grandfather, seemed especially strange and terrifying, even for our family. Dad said he was getting a stomachache earlier, and I imagined that reflected the honest feelings of all the adults here today. No doubt they were jealous of us grandchildren, who could just play around and laugh without a care. From the stories Dad told me, the family head was a violent man who ruled with his fists, beating his children, even his daughters, mercilessly with a wooden sword. If he was so strict and uptight about that, why couldn't he have been a little more conservative with his kids' names? Jesus. Because of that, even us grandkids have had to suffer. Like I said, this fucking family. What a meme. That's the thing with, like, when it comes to people with their families, like, not all families can get along. So, what the fuck can I know? Anyway, I can't say I have any trouble believing those terrifying stories about him. I don't remember meeting him very often, but I think I recall him looking extremely grumpy all the time, always making people cower with that sharp gaze of his. I remember that the room's atmosphere got so tense whenever he was around, you couldn't even breathe. What my dad said about me being the guest of honor now carries a little more oomph for me.
6年前は俺も小学生だったが、さすがに今は高校生だ。失礼のある態度なんか取ったら大変なことになるかもしれねえな。
Yeah, shit gets real.
怖い怖い。
確かにこわもてだけど、そんなに硬くなるほど怖い人じゃないよ。
Yeah, because you're a fucking adult. What the fuck are you getting so terrified over?
決して理不尽なことは言ってないもん。
Like, it's not like Kenzo would beat the shit out of me.
口下手なだけでちゃんと筋は通す人だよ。
ジョージ兄さんは昔から成績優秀で一族の鏡じゃねえかよ。私たちとじゃじい様の待遇が全然違うぜ。私なんか木刀で引っ叩かれたことあるしよ。尻だぜ尻。
On your ass.
それも乙女の生尻をよ。
Maidenly innocent ass.
ジェシカちゃんは本家の跡取り娘だもん。おじい様も特に目をかけてくれてるんだよ。
What the fuck? Special attention. The look on George's face, man. Oh my lord.
その厳しさは期待の気持ちの裏返しだと思わなくちゃ。
冗談じゃねえぜ。その跡取りってやつはジョージ兄さんに譲るよ。
She's like, well, fuck that. I'm not the one who should be responsible. I'd rather give this to you.
私が担ぐにはちょいとしんどいぜ。
I think I already said it before, but Jessica's the girl heir to the head family. We're only cousins in branch families, so she probably feels a totally different sort of pressure than we do. Yeah, because George is rarely around when it comes to shit like this.
ジェシカお姉ちゃんが重い？
that is something out of context right there.
マリアが持ったら軽くなる？
Will it get lighter?
うん？サンキューな。
Oh, she didn't say arigato. She said thank you.
大丈夫。マリアちゃんには押し付けねえよ。
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure anyone in the family could. Can't be you.
この十字架は私が墓まで背負ってくよ。安心しなって。
She was grateful for Maria's innocent concern, but Jessica's face still seemed to contain some of the uneasiness she felt towards the future. Maybe we were in the same boat. Any high schooler with exams approaching would have trouble hiding their anxiety for the future.
マリアいらっしゃい。お母さんとマリアはこの部屋よ。
バトラ君は僕と一緒にこっちの部屋だってさ。
Oh, goody. It's like roommates.
おお、
That's a bit of a comfy-ass room.
なになに、こりゃ驚いた。
Though I'm not sure if internet even exists in the mid-80s, but they're on a fucking island. There is no fucking signal. So... The 80s is like... Well, what the fuck are you gonna get entertained with, though? That's the thing.
親たちの部屋より広めじゃないのよ。わお！
Holy shit. It's like a fucking fancy-ass hotel room of the sword, I guess. But this one looks bigger.
どうせいとこ同士で集まるだろうと思ってよ。大きめの部屋にするように言っておいたんだ。
おお、マリアもこっちがいい。ママと一緒よりこっちがいい。おお。
What, do you not like your mother?
そうか、マリアもこっちがいいか。よし、ここは俺とジョージ兄貴の部屋だが、特別に出入りを許可してやろう。お母さんには内緒だぞ。
Aunt Rosa was right behind us, but Maria still answered, striking the air with her fists clenched tight. After setting down their luggage in their rooms, our parents had gathered again in the corridor.
おいガキども、お前らはどうする？
Oh wow, there's a bit of change of face right there.
ここでいとこ同士おしゃべりでもしてるか？
It seemed that they were heading to the mansion to announce their arrival. Normally, they would make us follow them and greet everyone together, but if that had been the case, Dad would have just told us to come and that'd be the end of it. He's saying it's okay if we don't come, so what do we do?
どうせもうすぐお昼や。子供はそこでくつろいでたらええ。それに表で遊べるのは下手をすると今のうちだけかもしれんしの。
マリアも行く。
マリアはここでお留守番してなさい。いたずらをしないでおとなしく待ってるのよ。
Since Maria was being told to house sit here, we certainly couldn't leave her on her own. George Aniki noticed this immediately and gave a clear reply for all of us cousins.
じゃあ僕たちはお言葉に甘えて留守番してようか。1年ぶりに積もる話もあるしね。
それがいいわ。バトラ君なんか6年分積もってるんだしね。
That is a lot.
へいへい。お子ちゃまな俺はおとなしくお留守番してるぜ。
Yeah, you sure can do that.
熊沢さん、私もこっちに残るからよ。あとは大人に任せて若者は退散してるぜ。
それがおよろしいでしょう。奥様にはそのようにお伝えいたします。
Splendid.
それでは皆様、お屋敷の方へご案内させていただきます。どうぞこちらへ。
他の子はともかく、ジョージは成人してるんだから連れて行った方がいいんじゃない？
そんなんでジョージだけ仲間外れはかわいそうやで。いとこ同士の交流も大事や。ほな、行ってくるで。
The adults left one after the other. They left in the same formation as our trip from the harbor, with Goda-san leading and Kumasawa-san taking up the rear. As we gathered in the room assigned to us cousins, George Aniki asked us to excuse him for a second. He rushed over to Kumasawa-san, who was following behind the disappearing adults, and seemed to ask her something. He soon finished his business and came back.
どうしたんだよ、兄貴。
Yeah, I wonder what you were doing earlier.
ああ、なんでもないよ。
What do you mean by that?
ちょっと聞きたいことがあっただけさ。
マリアにも聞いて。マリアにも聞いて。
何かな。ジョージ兄さんが私に聞かなくて熊沢さんには聞くことって何かな。
Yes, what secrets George is hiding behind?
なあ、全然見当がつかねえぜ。
That's okay, I don't even know either. So, who am I to judge?
いや、誤解だよ。ジェシカちゃんが何を誤解してるのか知らないけど。
Aniki was getting pretty tongue-tied. It was almost as though he felt guilty about something, and Jessica knew exactly what he was worried about. At any rate, it's no fun if Jessica gets to know about it and not me.
なあマリア、俺たちだけのけ者なんてねえよな。何の話か聞きてえよな。
バトラとマリアも聞きたい。バトラとマリアも聞きたい。
Oh boy. Those two are very curious. I fooled around with oohing together with Maria.
いや、だから、大したことじゃ。
さつけ
George is like, no, it's nothing that serious.
兄貴にしちゃ嘘が下手だぜ。拍手しやがれ。マリア、お前は右脇をくすぐれ。俺は左脇だ。
What the fuck kind of teamwork is this?
マリアは右脇で、バトラは左脇だ。
ちょっと二人ともやめて。やめ。
Maria and I played around chasing George Aniki as he tried to escape, rolling on the bed. I realize high schoolers aren't supposed to bounce around like kittens, but I still miss this kind of fun. A warm, cozy kind of fun.
ジョージ兄さんが熊沢さんに聞いたのはね。まあ、ほら、あれだぜ。兄さんも本家は1年ぶりだからよ。その間に辞めた使用人とか入った使用人とか、そういうのがいたら挨拶したいって、そういうことらしいぜ。
おお、挨拶する。マリアも挨拶する。
なんだよそれ。全然やましくねえじゃねえかよ兄貴。違うな。
Wait, what? I think I skipped a bit too early there. Oh, shit.
マリア、騙されるな。兄貴は何か隠してるぞ。尋問再開だ。
Torture, oh boy.
おりゃ。
やめてよ本当に。
Oh boy. Is there even something?
なんだよそれ。全然やま。
Okay.
マリアちゃんももうやめて。
多分掃除とか昼飯の準備とかで忙しいんだよ。大丈夫。後でちゃんと挨拶に来るぜ。ゴーダの出しゃばりの出迎えよりシャノンの出迎えの方が良かったって言うんだろ。
Shannon.
シャノン？シャノン。ああ！思い出したぜ。そんな子もいたな。
Shannon. Where's the part? Oh.
なんだよそれ。全然やましくねえじゃねえかよ兄貴。違うな。 マリア、騙されるな。兄貴は。
Okay, so there is the part. I just skipped it because it was it was like a slight pause to that. You remember a girl with that name?
今も使用人やってんのか？元気かよ。
Oh. Oh, hey, it's the background used for the title screen.
そういや、夏日姉さん。最近頭痛の方はどうなんや？一時だいぶしんどそうにしとったろ。
I see. This is the adults part of this, huh?
おかげで最近はだいぶ調子がいいです。
Natsuhi.
心配をしてくれてありがとう。
Even her voice sounded familiar too. What?
そうだ、これ。夏日姉さんにお土産。
いつもありがとう。あなたには何かをもらってばかりね。これは紅茶？
ペパーミントとレモンバームのハーブティー。頭痛によく効くって有名なお店のブレンドなの。
I could go for some tea now. I'm already getting a freaking headache. Not from this game, but it's just something else, really. Maybe it's because of a heat wave of sort. I could be wrong, but it has been like that.
姉さんにも効くかなって思って。
Rosa was always a conscientious woman. Conscientious. Again, a bit of a tongue twister there. Probably because she was the youngest of four and much younger than the other three. She managed to grow up without gaining the venomous nature of her siblings. Her kind words got Natsuhi to soften her expression for just a moment, but it wasn't enough to melt her stony gaze, hardened as it was by long years of mental stress.
そういえばあなた、いっつも頭痛だって言ってたわね。しっかりなさいな。ジェシカちゃん、今年は受験でしょ？人生の節目じゃない。母親のあなたがそんなじゃ頼りないわよ。それに夏日姉さん、私より3つも若いんだから。もうちょっとしっかりなさい。ごめんなさい。生まれつきの頭痛持ちなもので。
Yeah, what has been bothering you very often? I wonder. Even under normal circumstances, Eva sometimes failed to choose her words carefully, but her comments aimed at Natsuhi contained shards of obvious malice, though she hid it with a smile. Of course, that fact didn't escape Natsuhi. She frantically contained her urge to grimace and pretended to ignore Eva.
うちのバトラ君も今年は受験でしょ？ルドルフさんも少しは関心を持ったら？自分の息子のために夏日姉さんみたいに頭痛になるくらい真剣になりなさいよ。
俺が何か言えば必ず反抗するやつだぜ。じゃあなんて言うんだ。むしろ逆で遊んでていいぞっていうのか？あいつそういうのだけは素直に聞きやがるぜ。秀吉兄さんのところは受験本当にうまくいったじゃないですか。ぜひ子供操縦術の秘訣を教えてくださいよ。
そうやな。何のために勉強するのかっちゅうことを説いたかもしれんな。個々の勉強に意味があるわけやないんや。そう、勉強っちゅうのはわからんことを自分で調べて身につけるという行為の練習なんや。これができんやつは社会に出ても使い物にならん。国語算数ができろと言ってるんやない。勉強し身につけることを学べっちゅうことやな。
ご立派ですわ。うちのジェシカにもそれが理解できればいいんだけど、今のままではとてもじゃないけど後宮家の跡取りとしては。いいじゃないの、無理に跡取りにしなくても。
Well, Jessica said that she doesn't even care. You might as well give it to like someone else.
女には女の幸せというものもあるんだし、それを親が押し付けちゃ悪いわよ。
Eva seems a bit too carefree in a way.
予算買えば子供の育て方は家それぞれや。押し付けがましいのはあかんで。
Yeah, but what if Eva's like, well, I don't care.
ごめんなさい。夏日姉さんも気を悪くしないでね。
Though the light shining in through the window was quite warm despite the cloudy weather, there was a dark mood about the room, which was probably causing headaches for more than just Natsuhi. As if to sweep away that mood, Kairi brightly made a suggestion to all present.
でも、本当に素敵な香りの紅茶ね。早速いただいてみましょうよ。レオポルドの紅茶なんて、日本じゃ確か銀座でしか買えなかったはずよ。
キリエ姉さんはお詳しいですね。買ってきた甲斐がありました。
Kairi and Rosa stood up from their seats and made as if to prepare the black tea. But Natsuhi forestalled them.
お二人ともありがとう。
Why is that? Thought we're having a little bit of a tea party here.
それは後でいただきましょう。
Oh man. Can't just be a party pooper right now.
うちの者がすぐお茶を持ってきますので、どうぞおくつろぎください。
Oh, okay, never mind. I guess it seems that you have servants to prepare for tea too, so.
二人とも後にしろよ。ウェルカムドリンクくらいごちそうになろうぜ。
Welcome drink? What do you mean by that, welcome drink? Rudolph gave a subtle signal with his eyes for them to sit down again. Kairi and Rosa understood instantly and obediently returned to their seats. The initial greeting of the guests was complete, so it was time for them to be served some tea. It was embarrassing for the host that the tea was late, especially now that the guests were talking about making tea themselves. Natsuhi bit her lower lip, frustrated by the ineptitude of the servants who were late bringing in the tea. Seeing her face, Eva immediately started to giggle. Of course, Shannon had no way of knowing what was taking place in the parlor. She came pushing a serving cart piled with teacups. For no apparent reason, Natsuhi gave her a pained look, and Shannon couldn't help but flinch without knowing what she had done wrong.
失礼いたします。
Oh, so this is Shannon. This is the maid servant of sort.
お茶のご用意をさせていただきます。
Holy shit, even Shannon's voice sounded familiar as well. There's like 4 to 5 characters that I could have a similar voice.
おう、 シャノンちゃん、久しぶりやの。ますますべっぴんさんになりよったな。
いえ、どうも。
おしゃべりは配膳を済ませてからになさい。お茶が冷めます。
申し訳ございません、奥様。
She apologized like a small frightened animal, bumped against the serving cart, and made a jarring racket as she dropped several teaspoons. Her clumsiness made Natsuhi's expression turn even darker, which made Shannon quail even more.
いいのよ、夏日姉さん。挨拶の一つくらいしたってどうってことないわよ。もう十分待たされてる分、十分お茶も冷めてるもの。
I don't know. Natsuhi seems a bit bitter. I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
それは大丈夫です。冷めてはおりませんので。
シャノン、早く配膳を済ませなさい。
失礼しました、奥様。
Natsuhi's irritation was obvious by now. The ineptitude that delayed the tea, the clumsiness of the servant, everything pointed to the incompetence of Natsuhi's everyday leadership, making her lose face. As the person in charge of the Ushiramiya head family's kitchen, allowing that clumsiness to be exposed today of all days was surely nothing less than total humiliation.
よせよ、夏日姉さん。シャノンちゃんだって頑張ってるのに、いじめちゃかわいそうだぜ。
I mean, she acts like she's new to this servant thing, so.
いじめてなんかいません。
I mean, technically, you kind of are. I mean, then again, you're in charge of everything, so.
いい香りね。お茶の銘柄を聞いてもいいかしら。
申し訳ございません。後ほど調べてまいります。
I don't even know what it is, but okay. Kyrie was trying to be nice, hoping to cut through the tense mood. However, Shannon had embarrassed herself instead, darkening Natsuhi's face and the room's mood. By this point, Eva was audibly giggling.
なーに？シャノンちゃん、自分で入れてるものが何かもわからないの？ダメよ。そんな怪しげなものを来客に振る舞っちゃ。
Suspicious.
こんなお茶じゃ銀のスプーンでもないと飲めないわよ。
すみません。すぐに用意を。ね
え、シャノンちゃん。銀のスプーンって何に使うか知ってる？銀じゃないとダメなのよ。なぜかわかる？
いえ、
I didn't know this is a bit of a silver spoon 101 type of thing going on. A teasing smile rose to Eva's face as she stared at Shannon setting the table. By itself, Eva's expression was sweet in an impish sort of way. However, the words being spun from her lips held the keenness of a razor within them. Shannon tried with all her might to avoid Eva's continuing gaze. Realizing that Shannon was hard-pressed for an answer, Rosa gave some timely help.
銀は毒に触れると曇るって言われてるの。
Oh.
シャノンちゃんも一つお勉強ができたわね。
Well, I guess that's one way to test it. Well, oh man, what a part. Natsuhi just being a bitter of a character comparing the other aunts and uncles. Alright. Damn, we're at number 5. Alright, next part. Let's see what's going on with this little T thing going up there. So, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later. Have a good one.